everyone, and welcome to the 5th Annual Charley Awards. I'm your host and track announcer, Paul Espinosa. As, of course, on the Charley Awards, we look back and honor the best and brightest West Virginia bred stars that we saw on the racetrack in the previous year, and in this case, that year is 2020. I think that I can speak for all of us in saying that while we saw some great racing action last year, very happy to be turning the page and starting anew here in 2021. Seems like things can only get better, and again, from a personal standpoint, I hope that this is the first and only time that the host of the Charley Awards is masked up, even though some of you might say this is the best I've ever looked. Of course, I'm coming to you from the Skyline Terrace here at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races, a place that we hope is filled with fans here sooner rather than later, as again, we certainly look forward to a time when we can welcome back all of our fans that support us year in, year out, all year round here at Charlestown, as again, we race every month of the calendar year. Again, that time will be coming, I think, hopefully sooner rather than later, as again, just fingers crossed that 2021 can really only get better than the last year that we saw here, 2020. So let's look ahead to what we can expect here this week on the Charley Awards. Of course, today we will be handing out the hardware for the top sprinter, then followed by the top 2-year-olds on Tuesday, top 3-year-olds on Wednesday. We'll then follow that up with the top older horses on Thursday, followed by the main event, the announcement of the Charley Award for Horse of the Year on Friday. So all that's coming in the days ahead, but as for now, let's hand out some hardware for the top sprinter that we saw here on the racetrack in 2020. And again, if you've watched the Charley Awards before, you know that sometimes we can just skip the nominee process if there was only going to be one winner, and that was the case this year. And again, unfortunately, it's a bittersweet award, but without further ado, the announcement for the Charley Award for top sprinter here at Charlestown in 2020, it goes to the late Dr. Feelgood. And again, it's a little bit surreal to even be saying those words, the late Dr. Feelgood's gone far too soon. He finishes his career 13 for 15 lifetime, banking nearly $300,000. He was a perfect 5 for 5 this year on the racetrack, and of course those capped off by wins in the It's Only Money Stakes and the West Virginia Dash for Cash Breeders' Classic presented by Rockwool. I don't think it's hyperbole, and I've said this before, to call him the fastest West Virginia bred of all time. The amount of times that he broke the 51-second barrier here at Charlestown, again, you just don't get any faster than the doctor, and certainly he's going to be missed. I know from a personal standpoint, I'm going to miss calling his races. He was electrifying, and again, congratulations go out to his connections, owner Jill Daniel, breeder Chip Daniel, trainer Crystal Pickett, and of course Darius Thorpe, his rider, who formed such an incredible bond with him. Again, with COVID and everything this year, we're going to unfortunately skip out on the interview process of the winning connections, but we will go ahead and take a look back at some replays of top performances that we saw this year, and so we will do that this year right now with Dr. Feelgood and his final time here at Charlestown, his final career race, the Dash for Cash Breeders' Classic, presented by Rockwool.
The doctor has put a neck in front. Dr. Feelgood takes over from Sagebrush for the back Rescue 5 and Command the Cat, 21-3. And the doctor flaunts his speed, opening up a 3-length lead inside the quarter pole. Sagebrush struggling to keep up in second. Rescue 5 rallies up outside of Command the Cat for third and fourth, but Darius Thorpe turns for home on Dr. Feelgood, and he hasn't moved. He's going to let the doctor strut his stuff in the stretch. He's still in front by 4 from Sagebrush. He's still undefeated around one turn. It's the doctor, Dr. Feelgood, a perfect 10 for 10, going 4.5 furlongs, and a repeat winner of the West Virginia Dash for Cash Breeders' Classic presented by Rockwool in 50-4.
And it seems only fitting that Dr. Feelgood's career would end with a perfect record, going 4.5 furlongs. Again, no one could ever beat him, and so I think that again kind of further stamps his legacy as not only one of the top sprinters that we've seen, but one of the top West Virginia breds we've seen here at Charlestown, and certainly going to miss the good doctor. Dr. Feelgood gone too soon, but with that being said, that closes the book on day 1 here of the 5th Annual Charley Awards. Again, we'll be back tomorrow to honor the top 2-year-olds that we saw on the racetrack and get a look at some of the future stars that we have coming down the pipeline here at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races.